fresh air in. So it's kind of like a ceiling fan, bring nice cool air in. I do have the insulated window covers on the back right now. Added some JBL, some JL audio speakers, along with the LED strip lighting that goes all the way around. Also got the S-Bar diesel heater, so we can keep it warm in here for those winter nights. And one thing I'm very excited about, I've been waiting a lot for, was the Sportscraft swivel seats. The swivel seats are now installed and it's amazing. It extends the living space of the van. And I do have my window coverings here. So to put these window coverings up, they just actually sit in this. It's a very thick, like rubber seal. And because it's I made out of corrugated plastic, which is rigid. You put the bottom in first, and then you just give it a little bend and put it in there. And that's not going anywhere. So that insulated window cover is made with corrugated plastic in the middle, Reflectix on both sides to give it that air gap, and then this blackout shade material, which is kind of like suede. I'll put a link in the description on how I made those, and I made those for every single window in the van. So because this is the crew cab, for those windows, I got one for here, and I got one for both driver and passenger side windows. And then for the windshield, I have a sun cover I made also. Put that link in the description. But yeah, this is with the swivel seats facing inwards. Yeah, it's the swivel seats facing inwards. And yeah, these were on back order for about 6 months, so it took a while for these to come in, but we finally got them. I'm really happy with them. They just, right now the seat's raised down, so you gotta raise it up and you can turn them in. And because these are the Sportscraft seats, they're on a pivot swivel, so you don't have to open the door to swivel it. Everything can be done from inside. And to turn it around, you do it sideways, back, do some work. Wherever you park, you can see the nice view and do some work on your laptop. Now, the next thing I'm going to do in this build, because I do want to take this thing cross country and see the whole country from the west coast to the east coast, down south. I'm going to be making a removable island that is going to house the sink with the fresh water and the gray water tank. And then there's going to be room on the other side of the island for the stove and everything like that. And once again, it's going to be modular, so I'll be able to just pick up the island and put it in the garage if I'm going to be using the van for other purposes other than traveling and living in it. Yeah, always got to have your carbon monoxide detector for when you got the diesel heater running and when you're sleeping in it. And yeah, you guys are wondering about the washroom. Got the Lego Baloo. It's basically was a 4-gallon jug with a toilet seat on top. And the way that works is I just got some slippers in here. Got the toilet paper, obviously. We got some baby wipes. And we got some scented kitty litter. So what you do is you could take one of these biodegradable bags, you put it around it, you do your thing. You can put some kitty litter on it, tie it up, and throw it out. So that's that. Use it for emergency purposes only. But it's good to know that if there's an emergency, you gotta use the washroom while on the road or while stealth camping. You got the washroom. So other than that, the island that I'll be making next will have the sink and the place to cook and cut food, and also the fridge. I think I'm gonna put a fridge in there, or I'm gonna get one of those Dometic 12-volt refrigerators. So I'm undecided on what that's gonna be. I can also use this inverter if I want to use it for the pump of the sink. But everything else will be hooked up to the Kodiak generator. I don't have it in here right now. But yeah, that's also in here when I'm stealth camping. The Kodiak generator. But yeah, that's the van in couch mode. So here we have it all set up with insulated window coverings up. You got 2 chairs over here. I'm gonna want to put a table so that you can, like a removable table on a swivel that comes out, and you can do work while sitting there or eat. And then on this side you have the other couch, and it is sunny outside, and with the window coverings on, everything is pitch black in here. So you can turn out the lights. And got a little sun coming out of the sunroof of the fan. But I also have a little cover that can go on top of there to totally black it out. And right now I don't have the insulated window covers on. I got more covers for those 2 little windows. Yeah, that's it. Chilling in the van. I would like to put another 2 captain chairs here also that have armrests, and then they can recline. So there'll be another 2 here, and then once these 2 fold in, it will be 4 chairs. And when I do my real estate stuff, I could show my clients presentations inside the van. Today's task, we're gonna make a bed in here in the back of the Sprinter. So first things first, I want to take off these panels, and let's get to it. So first thing, I'm gonna take off all these little plastic pins off. I'm gonna get these off so then we can mount a frame for the bed. And of course there's one hidden right behind here. Okay, now I got that out of the way, and you can see all the 3M Insulated I have in there. But now gotta take it off on the other side. Okay, so I marked off with this electrical tape over here. That's 21 inches. So I want the bed to sit at 21 inches so I can slide things that I already measured out. That's the clearance I need for under the bed. So the bed has to be over. So I'm gonna make the first beam that's gonna go across here. So I'll cut the wood to size, and then I'm gonna mount it using some rib nuts, some of these inserts, which I'll drill a hole, and then these will screw in with a bolt. Okay, so I have it clamped in here, and I'm drilling the holes where I need the bolts to go. And I'm just putting in one of these bolts just so it doesn't move out of place. So that will stay put while I do the next hole. Okay, so with these plus nuts, you have the diameter of this plus nut, or rib nut, whatever you call them. So I got the diameter of that, which equals to the same diameter as this last bit here. So now this will fit in here perfectly. So we put this onto the tool, put this in here, and squeeze it. And then back it out. So now this leaves us with a nice clean thread where we can thread it in and mount our first beam. Okay, so I got the first part of the bed frame up. After I put up the rails, don't mind the mess, I'm building this bed on the fly. So after putting the rails in, I put these 2x4s going this way, resting on the rails, because that's going to give it the most support when you're on the bed, to have it resting right at the joints. And then I'm going to be using these from IKEA so that the bed could breathe. And then I just measured 1/2 inch from the edge, and then I just put a temporary screw on each one. And I did the same with the other side. And then I used the Craig jig, which is really good for joining two pieces of wood. And then I used the correct jig and drilled the pocket holes to go in. Now on this side, I did make it right to the end, but on this side, because of the van walls, they do come in like this, and to take the bed out, this side has to be a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter. So I measured it so that when I do lift it up, it will clear, and then I could pull it out so it's not stuck in there. So that's part one. And then I could lay all these out along the side. And then the second part of the bed, and I'm making this in two pieces so that you can take out one piece and then the other piece. And this other piece, I want it to be able to fold up so that this can turn into a chair. But let me get working on that, and yeah, I'll show you that how that turns out. Okay, so I have the frame laid out for the bed, and it took a little bit of thought to put this together, but as you can see here, I added one strip along so that I can attach this hinge to it, and this strip is the one that's going to be bolted into the frame, so it doesn't go anywhere. And then I also use the Craig jig to make the pocket holes, so it's a very sturdy way to join wood. And then it goes across, and because I want it to go up, I had to make these come out a little bit more. I'll lift this up so you can see. So I had to sister up a couple more pieces of wood, because this actually has to be shorter on this end, because when it lifts up, it comes right close to there. So it's on a couple of hinges. I put two hinges. No, sorry. One there, one there. So you can see over here how it is. And then when it lifts up, I'm gonna find a way to make it stop here, and then it will turn into a seat. And then when you wanna use it as a bed, it just folds down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these on like this. So I'll bolt these in, and these give it a little spring. These are from IKEA. And then I'll put it on that one as well, so it could lift up, and it could be a couch. And when it's all down, it will be a bed. And to take them off, I just have one screw in there, one screw in there. So if I take out this screw, this whole thing will just lift out, and then I could take out the one piece and then the second piece. So let's get going on it, and I'll show you once these are all screwed in. So I'm just drilling through them so that doesn't split the wood. So when I put the screw in, and now I'll do a little bit bigger hole just for to countersink it, so that the head of the screw will be flush with the wood when I screw it in. So just gonna drill just a little bit, so that when I put the screw in, it will be flush. I'll do that on each of them. Okay, and now I can screw them in. Okay, so how I'm spacing it, I'm just pulling with the string that comes with them. I'm just pulling it to give it the tension, and then I'm spacing it out as we go along. Okay, so I got them screwed in, and I'm just going halfway, and then I'm gonna start from this end, go to where I need it to be, and then work my way in this way, so that way if there is an uneven gap, it could be more in the center. So I'll get these all screwed in. All right, so I got all the slats in, and yeah, that's it for now. You can see it curves in over there to make for the angle when it comes up. So I can show you when it comes up, it will go up like this, and then it will come flush. But yeah, that's the frame on the hinge, and then it goes down to fold flat. Now I'm gonna make something to hold it up on couch position, and then yeah, that would be pretty much it. And then the very top, there's a gap there, and I will fill it later with some wood. Just join it like I did the corner joints, and just make a little joint to go right up there, across, and then down. But for now, it's good. So this is the back of the bed, and there's just enough room for me to step in here. And as I fold the bed up, let's see, I just put those on its hooks. And this little Velcro strap, I just put that so I can hang my windshield shade there. But if I ever want to adjust it, you see where the rope comes in through here, I just put a zip tie there so it holds in place. I can just tighten it up. And these are just eye hooks, I think they're called, and just screwed into the back of the bed frame. And that will let me recline it to the position I want. So it just simply goes up like this, and this is more of the straighter position. So each of these hooks, the more back they go, the more of a recline you get. And on the next hook, we'll recline a little bit further. And if I ever just want to do some adjustments, I can adjust it here by tightening this rope up. And there you have it. So like I said, there's 3 screws. One here. And this side is actually stopped by this metal piece that comes out. So I got 1 screw there. And actually, with that 1 screw, this piece would come out. Okay, that piece is out. And this is actually where I keep my solar blanket for the windshield cover. And I could put this down. 2 and 3. And I could rest this up against the side. I can put it up against the side, and now I can use it if I want to put my motorcycles in. I can put them in, and I could transport my stuff. So yeah, when I made the first rails, I knew what I wanted to have under here. So I want to have 2 or 3 of these bins, which I store like my blankets and stuff like that. So yeah, 3 of them can line up here. And yeah, under 5 minutes, I could have this bed out. And I'll probably paint all the wood back after. Paint it black. And I'll put that back piece that covered this up, I'll put that back on. For the mattress to go in. So the mattress, because this is an IKEA mattress, where it folds is seamed together so it doesn't separate, which is a really good part of the mattress, a really good function of the mattress. So, and then mattress just goes in. Tuck it into place, and you can see it's a firm fit. Just perfect for the sprinter bed. I could lie like this and just my feet are off. And if I were to go this way, I could lie fully straight. So, to build this bed, for under $100, you can build this bed. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of 2x4 lumber. And then 1 piece of 2x2 lumber, 2 door hinges, and the slats. And you can pick up all this wood at Home Depot for under $100, and that would be including with the slats. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. And because it's wood, I think it gives more give and stuff like that. So I don't hear no like rattling when I'm driving or anything, which I'm really happy with this bed. Oh yes, and then also you have the 3 eye hooks. The 3 eye hooks to hold in the rope. And that's about it. That's all the hard, and you need the screws. And you got yourself a bed. So another thing I forgot to mention is that I see a lot of people just make a straight board. But you have to have these slats so that you get proper ventilation, and then you won't have that issue with mold, growing under your mattress. So with these slats, you're gonna have a lot of airflow, and it gives it a little extra spring too. And that's what they're made for. These slats are made for beds. So now you have a couch bed. Hey, so guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the van bed build. Subscribe and like the video. It really helps to make me get these videos out and continue to watch the build. Next thing that's going to be built in here is going to be the island, and then I'll be ready to go take this thing cross country and take you guys with me. So thanks for watching, and to the next video. Peace out.